Hello. So it's the next day. Is there another screw on here? There is. And I'm going to start on the last of the welding, which is going to be this back window and the sunroof. So, you may as well go and grab yourself another cup of tea, bang some sugar in it, and get yourself some biscuits. And I'll bring you in, and I'll show you what my plan is. Provisionally, alright? So pause the video, go and do that now. Get yourself a top up, and I'll be here when you get back. See you in a sec. Those struts are good. So, this is going to be my work van, right? So I kind of don't want a big pane of glass, even if it is blacked out or painted or whatever. It's still a weak point in my mind. Not that I plan on leaving this anywhere full of stuff, but yeah, I want this to be one piece basically. So I popped the window out, and I was going to use that as a template to make a cardboard template out of it, and then cut that out of flat 2mm, and then, but I broke it. Yeah, I broke it. It was one of those where you sort of just, you go to pick it up and it just, for no reason. So what can you do? So I'll bring you in and I'll show you actually while I'm chatting to you. There's a couple of bits of rust here on this lip. And there's a little bit that I've treated up here. And then there's a little bit down here that I've treated. It all needs a bit of a clean. So, I've got two plans, as usual. The first is, do I just make a piece of metal the same size as the glass and inset it, so just sit it on this lip, and then weld it in, just stitch weld it all the way in. So it looks like there's glass in it, but it's metal. Okay? That's my first, and probably the easiest way of doing it. The other option, which I would like to do, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult, is to do the same thing, but make it a little bit wider and taller, and then sit it up, and then weld it flush. Now you're going to see that I've done that anyway, because, and I'll get you in to show you, there is a slight lip, and then then the 90 degree on this. So you can see where the window should be anyway. I'm just trying to think of what would be best to do. Unsure yet, and I've had plenty of time to bloody think about it as well. So I think what I'm going to do then is I'll measure it, make a template, and then I'll cut it out of 2mm. Slightly bigger. I'm going to go for the second option first. I'm going to have a look and see if I can make that feasible, if I can do it. If it's going to be too much of a faff, I'm going to chin that off and then just set it in and just stitch weld it up. The only problem with that is that I'm going to have to attack that rust on this corner, that hole there, which isn't a biggie. I've done loads of them before. But the problem is you'll be able to see that then. You'll be able to see that repair. Usually when you repair these gutters, it doesn't have to be beautiful, because the rubber covers it all as long as it's sealed and strong and it's going to hold the window in and stop water getting in. You paint that, job's a good one. The rubber hides it all. So I'm not going to have that, unfortunately, if I inset that metal. So I'm going to go with option 2, which means using my brain. Yeah. So I guess I'll leave you with some music, and I best start making a template. Catch you in a bit. So that's the first cut, I guess. Let's see if it fits. So what I forgot was, sorry, let me take these off. So what I forgot was that on the glass there's a curve. How do I curve? It's 2 mil, it's not, if it was 1 mil I'd be able to curve it pretty easily. Not sure. But it's not far off. Let me bring you in. Yeah. So if I can get it so that it sits in, it'll be too small. Because then if I tack this edge, this might conform to that shape, and then this might conform to this shape. I'll have a square, a flat bit in the middle. So I don't know. My first thought, my first instinct is to, right, heat it up, get it fucking red hot. But then what am I going to bend it with, my knee? No. Unsure. But then I didn't want it inset, did I? I wanted it sat proud. So let's see if, yeah, that's right. Yeah, come on, friend. Let me see. Let me get the gloves back on. So, yeah, still just a smidge too big. Let's get some maths on the go. I need to measure the depth of this to the outside of this lip, and then I need to take off 2 mil, and that's where this wants to sit. And then I need to glue, weld, I need to put something in place so that I can sit this in. Just trim little bits off it, sit it in, trim it off, sit it in until it's flush. What can I do? Right, I'm going to digest that in my mind palace. More like a brain slum, really, than a mind palace. And then I'll get back to you. We're looking 20 mil. 20 mil. Yeah. There or thereabouts, 20 mil. So this is my plan. I've just chopped a load of these up, just these little tabs. And what I'm going to do is weld on the inside these so that this outside face is on 18 mil, right? That way, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 each side, 3 top and bottom each. So that when I start grinding the piece of metal I've just cut out down to fit, I know when it's sat on all of these, and I can look on the inside and it's sat on all of these, I know it's in. And then, instead of worrying about its position and trying to tack and get it in place, and then it's too far over and I have to grind it off and move it back again, I'll just go inside and I can just tack on the back of each side of these tabs the plate to the tabs, right? And then I know it's central, I know it's in the middle, and then I can start. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what I'm doing, right? I'm completely making this up. I'm not a welder. I'm not even a grinder. So I'm just making this up as I go along with what I've got. And the thing is, right, and this is the beauty of it, okay, you can do it. Right, if you think you can't do it, you can do whatever you like. However you think is the best way, do that way. People will ridicule you for it because there'll always be a different way of doing something. But however you do it is how you choose to do it. And as long as you're happy with how it looks at the end, who gives a flying monkeys what anyone else thinks? Oh, cable ties. Okay. Right, well, here goes nothing. So where's that mark? That mark is there-ish. How am I going to do this? This way. Is that right? Looks bang on the money. Money, money, money! I'm going to try and replicate the curve a little bit, I think. Right. That is a little bit. Okay, I've got a bit of a curve on it now. But then how do I curve it? How do I curve it that way? Oh yeah. I've hooked it over this one tab just to stop it. Yeah. I think these sides are going to fit, but I'm going to struggle getting this curve. And I think, if I were to get that curve, nah, even with that curve, I'm still not sure if this top would tuck in. If I get it in place and tack along here, I don't know how I'm going to do that because of the thickness of the metal. If I try to bow it out so that I can get the top lip in, I mean it's too tall as it is anyway. Unless I tack at the bottom, bow it in, tack at the top, but then I need to get, I don't know. Yeah. Tell you what would be much easier. Is if I went on the roof and laid it flat on the roof. Tack, tack. Push in, tack, tack. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I just got all the rest of it to do now. Great. Oh, this is going a lot better than I thought it would. I'm pretty pleased with the welds. There's a couple of bits, like I'm not here to hide anything. There's a couple of gaps where they were a lot bigger than what I thought they would be. So I ended up turning it down to 1 and just filling up the weld, filling up the gap, and then run a bead over it, which seemed to hide it quite well. So that's how it would start. That's what it'll look like once I've run a bead over it. This first run on the bottom, amazing. I think genuinely the best welding I've ever done in my life. Right, this is me pretending. I'm role playing as a welder right now. But yeah, this run, wow. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. The rest of it, yeah, it's strong. It's not ugly, but yeah. But I'm not bothered. So I'm going to run this round, and then finish this off. It's nearly 5 o'clock. It's dark. It's dark right now, and I need to get back. So I'm going to quickly nip this out the way, and then I'm going to shoot home. So I'll catch you guys most likely tomorrow, or at least next time. I don't know when or how or if I would edit this video into what sort of context. But I've got the sunroof to do. I've got that to weld up. Now that will be easier because it's similar to this, but with nothing to sit it into. It's going to be flush with the, yeah. But you'll see. You'll see then anyway. Right. Well, yeah. I need to get on. So I'm going to crack on with this. Then I'll catch you tomorrow. You guys go. Don't wait for me. You go. It's late. Your tea will be ready. Go and enjoy your evening, and I'll catch you next time. All right. See you later. Shut the door when you go in. Don't turn the lights off though. Big gap. A big gap. Normal, normal, normal. Normal, normal. Big gap. Normal, 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 normal. A big gap. Normal, normal, normal. Flatness. We're looking quite flat. We're looking. Focus. Quite flat. Up top. Yeah, let's not look at that. Although reasonably flat. Yeah, don't look at that bit either. Right, I'll twat it with a hammer a load of times and then get the old wire brush wherever he is. And then I need to get out of here. Right, go. See you later. Bye.